Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know you've heard it a million times. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But when it comes to investing, what basket are you choosing? Do you go with the shiny classic appeal of precious metals like gold and silver? Or are you team stocks where the growth potential is endless if you're lucky, of course? Well, today we're going to answer that burning question and break it down. Precious metals versus stocks, what's the difference? And which one should you choose? It's like choosing between a golden goose and a stock portfolio, right? Well, maybe not that dramatic, but you get the point. If you find this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and make sure to share it with your friends, family, or anyone who has ever asked, should I invest in gold or stocks? Let's dive in. All right, first up, precious metals. When we say precious metals, we're talking about the big three: gold, silver, and platinum. These metals have been around since the dawn of time and have always been considered valuable. Just ask anyone who watched an Indiana Jones movie, right? But seriously, these metals have stood the test of time. Why? Because they're rare and durable, and for thousands of years they've been used to trade, store value, and even make jewelry. There's something kind of magical about owning a chunk of gold. It's like, yup, this has been around for centuries, and it's still going strong. Gold, especially, has a long history as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. People have always turned to gold when markets get shaky. It's like your financial comfort blanket. If the stock market crashes or inflation spikes, gold tends to hold its value or even go up. But remember, while it might be stable and safe, gold and other precious metals aren't exactly known for their high returns. They're not the type of investment you buy to get rich quick. But they can provide a sense of security, especially in uncertain times. Here's the thing, though. Owning physical gold is heavy. I mean, just try carrying a gold bar around. You're going to need a wheelbarrow, right? But hey, for those of you who aren't looking to invest in gold bricks, there are ways to invest in precious metals without the risk of a back injury. We're talking about things like gold ETFs or precious metal stocks. Gold and silver can also be used as a store of wealth, meaning if you're in a situation where the government's currency is losing value, precious metals tend to maintain their value. You could literally hold on to it and pass it down for generations. It's like an heirloom, but shinier. All right, let's switch gears and talk about stocks. You know, those little pieces of ownership in a company that make you feel like you're part of the cool kids club, right? Owning stocks is like saying, yep, I believe in this company and I want to share in the profits. When you buy a stock, you're buying a slice of the company, meaning you have the potential to earn a return based on how well that company performs. The price of your stock can go up if the company does well. Think new product launches, increased earnings, etc. Or it can go down if the company hits a rough patch. Think product recall, bad quarter. Unlike precious metals, stocks don't have the intrinsic value of, say, gold. Stocks are more about betting on the future performance of a business. It's a little like picking which racehorse you think is going to win, except you're not betting on horses, you're betting on companies. But here's the kicker. Stocks have the potential for some serious growth. If you get in early on a company that takes off, you could be looking at returns that outpace inflation and gold combined. Of course, there's risk involved because, just like a racehorse, your stock can crash too. The beauty of stocks is that they can be incredibly liquid. Unlike precious metals, where you might need to sell your physical assets through a broker or exchange, with stocks, you can just press a few buttons on your phone and sell whenever you need to. It's like having instant access to your wealth. Stocks can also be used to build wealth over time. With things like dividends, you get paid just for holding onto your stock. So, while gold sits pretty in your drawer, stocks can work for you, growing and paying out money as they go. So now we know what both precious metals and stocks are. But what about the key differences? Let's compare risk versus stability. Precious metals, lower risk because they don't depend on the performance of companies or industries. Gold, for example, is widely recognized and tends to hold its value in volatile times. Stocks, higher risk because the value depends on company performance. Companies can rise or fall quickly, meaning stock prices can be pretty volatile. Think of precious metals like that old, reliable friend who's always there for you no matter what. Stocks are like the entrepreneur friend who's always hustling, maybe making a fortune one day, but also could fall flat the next. So choose wisely. Return potential of precious metals, generally slower growth, but safer. Historically, gold has outperformed inflation, but it's not the place you'd go for fast gains. Stocks, higher return potential. Stocks can give you major returns, especially if you're in the right sector or company at the right time. But again, the higher the potential for growth, the higher the risk. Precious metals are like your slow cooker. It's going to take time, but it'll be steady. Stocks, they're like a high-speed blender. They can whip you up a profit, but don't blink or you might lose your lunch. Liquidity, precious metals, not as liquid as stocks, especially if you own physical assets. It's harder to sell a gold bar quickly unless you've got a serious buyer. Stocks, very liquid. You can buy and sell stocks pretty much at any moment with the click of a button. Stocks are like instant noodles, quick to make, quick to eat. Precious metals are more like a Thanksgiving turkey. It takes a little more effort to get it served up, but it's worth the wait. Purpose: precious metals. Great for hedging against inflation or keeping a safe haven during market downturns. More about protecting wealth than growing it fast. Stocks ideal for those looking for long-term growth and who are okay with some volatility. You're betting on the future performance of a company or industry. So which one should you choose? Precious metals or stocks? Well, the answer depends on your goals and your risk tolerance. If you're someone who wants to protect your wealth, especially during times of economic uncertainty, precious metals could be a good choice. Gold and silver have proven themselves over the centuries as a safe haven. Plus, there's something a little fun about owning a physical asset like a shiny gold coin. But if you're looking to build wealth, especially over the long term, stocks might be your best bet. They have higher return potential and there are so many options out there. Growth stocks, dividend stocks, even tech stocks if you're feeling adventurous. Ultimately, why not do both? A mix of both precious metals and stocks can help you find a nice balance between safety and growth. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe get one basket of shiny gold eggs and one basket of tech stock eggs. Balance, baby. All right, folks, I hope you've got a clearer picture now of the differences between precious metals and stocks and which one might be right for you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who's trying to figure out where to park their money. And if you've got questions or thoughts on precious metals versus stocks, drop them in the comments below. I'm always up for a good discussion. Remember, invest wisely, diversify your portfolio, and as always, stay smart with your money.